Hi everybody, and welcome to the 7th and final video of factorising at National 5. So we're talking this time about full factorisation. So this video we're going to be looking at the steps we need to follow to fully factorise at National 5. So there's three things we need to look for. We need to look for them in these three steps. So the first one we need to look for is a common factor. Now, if we see a common factor, we just take it out and we put in the brackets. Next thing we need to look for is a difference of two squares. And the third one is a trinomial, which we looked at. Trinomial. So we look for a trinomial or a difference of two squares. It's going to be either one or the other, but chances are it's not going to be both. So just as an example, so here's our first example here. We have 5x squared minus 125. So the first thing we look for a common factor, and we can see common factor between 5x squared and 125 is 5, so we take that out and we're left with x squared minus 25. Next, we look for a difference of two squares. Yep, that's a difference of squares because x squared is a square and 25 is a square, so we break it out like a difference of two squares, where the square root of x squared is x, and the square root of 25 is 5 and 5. And since it's a difference of two squares, we've got one as a minus and one as a plus. So that's that. There's no more. There's no trinomial in this. The next example we'll look at, we've got 3x squared minus 24x minus 27. So first thing we look for a common factor. So 3, 24 and 27, they're all on the 3 times table, so let's bring the 3 out. And we're left with 3x squared divided by 3 will give us x squared. 24x divided by 3 will leave us with 8x. And 27 divided by 3 is going to leave us with 9. So the next thing we have to look for a difference of two squares. This isn't a difference of two squares because, first of all, we've got 3 parts to it and only one part, well, technically 2 parts are squared, but we've got this thing in the middle we have to deal with. So it's not going to be a difference of two squares. It is a trinomial because we can see it's an x squared, an a, a b, and a c. And so we'll factorise out that way. So we want the product of that negative 9. So we want times by 9, and we want the sum of negative 8. So starting from the beginning, we've got negative 1 and 9 and their opposites, 1 and negative 9. We have negative 3 and 3, and we also have 3 and negative 3. We don't need to put this one twice, but because it's already there. So now we need to find the sum that gives negative 8. So negative 1 add 9, that gives positive 8, so we don't want that. 1 add negative 9 does give negative 8, so we want that one. Negative 3 add 3, that gives us 0, so we don't want that. This would have just given us the same answer as this, so that's no use either. So we're using 1 and negative 9. So we still have that 3 there on the outside of our brackets, and this single bracket becomes a double bracket where we have an x at the start for both because we're factorising out this x squared, and then we've got plus 1 and negative 9 there.